The fallout continues around a botched murder case by Circuit Attorney Kim Gardner's office. St. Louis police are searching for an accused murderer who was set free after prosecutors failed multiple times to show up for court. Now, a former homicide prosecutor who served under Gardner is speaking out about what he says is an office in chaos. Our Casey Nolan is live with that perspective, and he also talked to Mayor Tashara Jones about the job Kim Gardner is doing. Casey.
Mike, this former prosecutor says he's been reluctant to criticize Kim Gardner because he supports the reforms she promised would come from this office. But he's speaking out now about what he says is dysfunction in this office because he says something's got to change if the city's going to be any safer.
Kim Gardner is a poor excuse for a prosecutor. It's not fair.
That's how Randy Moore's family sees it. Moore was shot and killed in April of last year. Circuit Attorney Kim Gardner's office charged Brandon Campbell with his murder, but a judge released Campbell last week when he said Gardner's office failed 3 times to show up for his case in court. The Circuit Attorney's office abandoned its duty to prosecute those it charges with crimes, the judge wrote.
I'm really concerned about what is going on in that office right now.
Patrick Hamacher worked in Kim Gardner's office prosecuting murder cases. He ran against Kim Gardner in 2016 when she was first elected, but says he stayed on to work for her because he believed in the reforms she was promising.
We had a lot of the similar ideas about progressive prosecution.
Hamacher left after about a year on the job, and dozens more have quit in the years since. He says the problems go beyond this one case.
But at some point, she either needs to go out and ask for help or really do some inward thinking about, what she can do better as a prosecutor. I mean, the city is relying on that. We're relying on her to be the circuit attorney.
Wednesday, 5 on Your Side asked St. Louis Mayor Tashara Jones if she still has confidence in Circuit Attorney Kim Gardner.
You stood shoulder to shoulder with her, supporting her reform ideas.
Well, I can't tell her how to run her office, and I don't expect her to tell me how to run mine. I mean, she's directly accountable to the same people who elected her, elected me.
We're 2 white guys discussing whether she's doing a good job in office. Are we not just part of the problem here, or what would you say to those kinds of criticism?
I think that's a fair question to ask. To have our first African-American prosecutor in 2016 in the city of St. Louis is unacceptable. I mean, that took far too long. But I think this is beyond any kind of racial issue at this point. And this is your basic duty, to hold these people accountable. Again, I want her to be successful, but clearly it's not working.
Sources tell our Christine Byers that another prosecutor resigned this week. The one assigned to that murder case, Campbell case, that was dropped. She resigned, we're told, because her name was signed to multiple cases while she was out of the office on maternity leave. Gardner's office will only say she can't comment on personnel matters, and they say those charges have been refiled, but at last check, Campbell is still not in custody. Live downtown, Casey Nolan, 5 on Your Side.